You are a high school senior about to graduate and potentially go off to college. Congratulations. And I also want to talk to you about a few things that people don't talk about enough in that transition. Hi, my name is Stephanie Korpal, and I am the owner of Marble Wellness, which is a multi-specialty group therapy practice located in St. Louis. We have offices in Baldwin and in Lake St. Louis, and we see teens in both. So we're totally prepared if this video resonates with you, echoes, and you want to reach out and give us a call. I want to talk to you about the transition that is going to college. Nobody really talks about how hard that transition is. You are off at school and you're living on your own. You're having to apply a ton of new skills, keep yourself fed, laundered, run errands, get all the supplies that you need when you run out. And you're on a college campus doing all of this. And it's just a really, really big transition. So even if you picked a school that you do feel is the right fit, even if you have a great roommate, you're on a hallway with people that you get along with, you've made great friends, academically, things are going okay, you might still have a really tough time with the transition because for most kiddos, it is the biggest transition of their life thus far. And again, nobody talks about it. Nobody prepares you for it to be hard. Transitions are hard. Transitions are stressful. They have put a lot of stress on our bodies. They put a lot of stress on our brain. So if you're somebody in your first or second semester of college and you're not sure you made the right decision, it might just be an adjustment period and you might need to just be patient with yourself. I know it's hard to do. I know the questions might be wrestling around in your head, but patience is a huge element, a huge benefit you can give yourself in that first semester, maybe even the first 2 semesters of college. I also want to underscore that the college counselors are a great option. It is a great resource for you. And I think it would probably be a good idea for most kiddos to have a couple of sessions pretty right away when they get there. Help you understand what's going on with a difference in independence. I mean, high school is so structured compared to college. And even if you were the most on top of it student, it's still a lot to go from being at school for 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day if you're somebody that does extracurriculars to having maybe 3 hours of class a day, and it's not even necessarily all right in a row. It's just a lot. It may also be really beneficial for you to go to therapy before that transition, right? So therapy in your ending months of high school, therapy over that summer period before college, so you can talk about those shifts. So a therapist can give you a lot of this insight and a lot of room to process and think about how have you handled transitions in the past. If you haven't had to handle transitions in the past, let's think about some not even coping tools, but just skills and strengths that you have that you might want to go ahead and rely on. What is an amount of time between going to college, being dropped off by your parents, and when you might want to go home for a hit of being at home and having that familiarity, right? Because especially if you go out of your hometown, your home state for college, everything is unfamiliar, and that just is very taxing on our bodies and very taxing on our brains, in addition to all of the other new going on around us. Therapy before you head out to college, after you close your high school graduation, may also help you process identity shifts, right? Upcoming shifts. How you were in high school may have been a certain way, or maybe you're somebody who feels like you didn't fully bloom in high school. So you're really excited for the opportunity to evolve more in college. Therapy in that liminal space, that space of change, can be a wonderful option to give you a little bit more of a steady foundation for when you get to college. And maybe that transition won't rock your boat as much. Or again, that therapist can help prompt your strengths, prompt your skills. So when you get to college, you know, okay, this is the parts of me I can rely on to help manage this transition. They can also help with a lot of big emotions, right? I can still remember that summer after college, and every goodbye felt like such a big deal, and it'll never be like this again. And I mean, I was texting friends the other day about I'll see you at Christmas, and these are friends I've had since high school, but I had a hard time managing those big emotions, and therapy can kind of again help you with that because more is going to be asked of you at college. So being able to process through those big emotions from closing your high school chapter, from closing your hometown chapter can be really beneficial. So by the time you get to college, your nervous system maybe isn't going all over the place from those goodbyes, from the period that just ended, and you are a little bit more prepared for that college experience to take off. If this is something that's sounding good for you, it's kind of echoing a little bit, feel free to reach out to us. We have so many people at our practice that love working with teens. They do a great job helping you with these transition periods in your life, and they'd love to get started with you. Our website is www.marblewellness.com, or you can just go ahead and call us